Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of AB in the Films. You know, I haven't done this in nearly 2 years, but every year since the beginning of this show, I have always done a best of and worst of film list of the movies I have seen of the year prior. And I did not do one for 2018. It wasn't an accident, it was on purpose. The main reason? I haven't seen that many movies last year. I haven't. So I thought it was kind of worthless and I didn't do it. Because I usually would have done this right around Oscar night or, you know, in February, March, usually around then. And I never missed one. I always did one. Every year I've been doing this show, I always do it. And so in the springtime of this year, I skipped it because I realized what was the point. But there are a couple things to talk about, and actually, 2 of these movies on the best of list, I didn't even do a review. But I did see them. I just never talked about them on the show. So I thought, well, there you go. That's something to talk about. So I'll talk about it. But because there's not a whole lot of bad movies, and there's not so many good movies, instead of doing 2 episodes, the worst first, obviously, and the best second, I'm just going to combine it. So I've called these videos so many things. I'm going to call this since we're doing the worst first, the off/on of 2018. And here we go. The off. And the worst movie of 2018 that I saw is 50 Shades Freed. You know, it's been a year and a half since I saw this movie, guys. I really can't. I have nothing else to say. If you guys really want to know what I have to say about that, go watch the review. Because, I do remember a few things about this movie. Number one, if you're going to do an adaptation of fan fiction, at least make it interesting. Because listen, the first one I got really, really angry. And you saw my review of that, especially at the end of that review, okay? 50 Shades Darker, I think the second one was called. I didn't hate it, but I was just so bored. The third one, I think I probably was bored. I don't know. This movie left so little impact on me. I saw it one time in the I remember making a big deal about it because I saw it in the IMAX theater. And I remember talking about that in the review. But if you guys want to hear about what I have to say about that movie, just go see the review because I think you'll appreciate it. Not the movie, but maybe what I have to say. Who knows? But that was the worst movie I saw of 2018. Yeah, like I said, I didn't go to the movies that often. So here we go. Here are the movies that I thought were really good in 2018. This is the on of 2018. The Incredibles 2. And I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I've been waiting for an Incredibles sequel since, when did the first one come out? 2004? Yeah, like 14 years. I mean, like, it took a while. And I always thought The Incredibles was a movie that should have had a sequel because the movie ends on a cliffhanger, really. And the sequel, and I'm really happy they did this because with Monsters University they didn't, because you see the end of Monsters Inc. and you're like, wow, like at the very end you're like, what's the sequel going to be like? Nope. Here, this picks up right where the first one left off. And it's great. I had a lot of fun with this. Elastigirl is being called out by this guy who wants to bring back all the supers, even though supers are illegal, but he wants to bring them back, and he knows that superheroes can prove themselves well again. And Bob is at the house with the kids, and Jack has powers, and he's starting to find out what the powers are, even though they're not sure what they are yet. And again, you know, Pixar's really good at doing action. I mean, even Cars 2, as bad as it is, the only 2 positive things I can say about Cars 2 is that the animation is really, really good, and the action scenes were really good. That's it. That's the only positive thing I can say about Cars 2. But it does prove a point with Pixar. They can do action scenes really, really well. I mean, look at the first Incredibles. That was really good. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I don't know why I didn't do a review of it. I mean, I saw it in the theaters, and I liked it. I don't know why. Maybe I just didn't have time to do a review of it. But Incredibles 2, really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Next one. Bohemian Rhapsody. This is a movie I've been waiting for a long time. And when it finally came out... No, you know what? When the trailer first came out, what I really liked about that trailer was that they took different Queen songs and meshed them together into one while they show you the film clips. And the guy looks just like Freddie Mercury. I couldn't believe it. And, you know, I went to see the movie. You saw my review of it. I loved it. I thought it was great. And I'm a big Queen fan. I mean, I love that band. So I was really hyped to see this. I saw it, I think, twice in the theater. I saw it a couple times. I saw it once with once with my dad and once with my mom. And even they liked it. And they're not really that much into Queen anyway. I mean, like, they know the hits and stuff, but they're not, like a fan. You know what I mean? But, yeah, they liked it okay. And I liked it a lot, too. And I know some of it, because I know the story of Queen, and I know some of the stuff was written for the plot of the movie, and sometimes the timeline is a little off, like they're singing We Will Rock You Here when that song didn't come out till this point in time. You know what I mean? Like, that's my only little nitpick with the movie, but other than that, it's really good. The music in it is great. The acting in it is great. And not just the guy who plays Freddie Mercury. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but the people they got to play Brian May and Roger and John, like, it just, seriously, they look just like the actual Queen. It's unbelievable. So I really like this movie. I really like the Mike Myers cameo in it. There was a little nod to Wayne's World in there, if you picked up on that, because Wayne's World has the song Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. So I enjoyed that, and yeah, it's just a really good movie. I have it on DVD in there, actually. Really good flick, liked it a lot. But there was one movie I liked a little bit more than that movie, and that was a documentary. Didn't see it in theaters, but I finally got around to seeing it in my house, and that is Won't You Be My Neighbor? I grew up watching him, and I've always been a fan of Mr. Rogers, and I know they're making that movie coming out with Tom Hanks playing him. I'm not interested in that. I'm just not. But what I was interested in was the fact that they had behind-the-scenes footage of Fred Rogers doing the show, and there he was, he's there with all the puppets with Hex the Owl, and he's in the neighborhood of make-believe, and he has the trolley, and it was just so cool to see all that behind-the-scenes footage of that, because I've never seen that kind of footage before, and I watched this guy every single day when I was a little kid. And I really like, and they talk about his life and everything, and he just seemed like a very nice human being, just a very nice person. I wish I could have met him, but, it is what it is. This was a really good documentary. I really liked, I just liked the fact that we get to see all this behind-the-scenes footage of him making the show, and, yeah, it's just really, really good. Really good movie. It's one of the best documentaries of the decade, in my opinion. But maybe that's because I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, so I'm a little bit more, interested. But even if you didn't see Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, it's still a good documentary about the guy. It's still really good. So yeah, that was the off/on of 2018. Like I said, it's really, really short. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I figured, why not, I didn't talk about those two movies, Won't You Be My Neighbor and Incredibles 2, so I figured I'd talk about them. And also, while I'm at it, since I've just gone over the movies I saw in 2018, I think it's best, I do this every year, I put together a little tribute of all the people that we've lost in the year 2018 that we knew, maybe not personally, but through movies and television, just people that have had an impact on our lives and stuff like that. So, hope you guys enjoy this little tribute I put together of the people that we sadly lost in 2018. Have a nice evening, everyone. See you in the next review.